students. In this video, we are going to learn one more synthetic fiber, that is acrylic. Acrylic. This synthetic fiber is a remedy for the wool. You already know wool is a natural fiber that is mainly came from sheep. But here your problem is availability of the sheep is very less. Whereas in India, the quality of the sheep, that is nothing but merino race sheep. The race of the sheep is nothing but merino, gives more amount of the wool. But once the wool is extracted from that sheep, again it may take around 7 to 8 months. Why? Because sheep is an animal. It should grow its hair. That hair only we are using as your wool. I think you already learned in your lower classes. Right. But a problem is there here. Why? Because less amount of the wool is there for us. In olden days, no problem. We have sufficient amount of the wool for that people. So instead of the wool, nowadays we are using one more synthetic fiber, that is nothing but acrylic. Now see what's the main features of the acrylic. It can be considered as artificial wool. Now itself I explained, instead of the wool we are using acrylic. Means the texture and the basic principles of the wool and at the same time acrylic are same or normal. For that reason we are calling it as artificial wool. Now come to the next point. It's generally also called as fake fur. Fake means we already know, means it is not a real. Means like appearance. Fur is nothing but wool. So like in the case of cats. Come to the third point. Nowadays all the winter wear is made up of acrylic only. You know winter wear like sweaters, mufflers, rain jackets, different kinds of the materials that what we are going to use. Even some of the kerchiefs is also made up of acrylic. Generally, the woman is used to wear the mask, dupattas, dhotis we used to call, whenever they are on the traveling purpose. Those are all made up of acrylic or otherwise nylon. Right. Now, come to the fourth point, comparison between the acrylic and wool. In every aspect we are comparing what's the need of that. Wool is expensive, that what I already said. Why? Because the availability is less. Where availability is less, automatically its cost may be expensive. And generally not affordable, means we are unable to bear that cost. Why? Because production is less, so cost will be more. And accessible to everyone, means all the members are unable to use that one. Alright. Now come to the next point. We should require many sheep. Large quantity of the sheep is required to obtain large quantity of the wool. But the problem is, sir, you can grow the sheep, no problem at all. But in our area, means in certain areas, only the sheep will grow in a large quantity. Why? Because the sheep required large quantity of the wool. Means it should grow more amount of the hair on its body. It will happen only in the cold areas. If you consider to our state like southern states, that process may not be possible. Why? Because we are in the hotter region. Because of the hotness, the sheep which we are asking to grow in our areas does not have large quantity of the wool. So compulsory we should import from one place to the another, compulsory. Instead of that importation, we can use acrylic while in the manufacture of the various kinds of the materials. For that sake only, acrylic is also called artificial wool or otherwise fake fur. Let us discuss how the method of preparation of acrylic. See the method of preparation of acrylic. Air, water, limestone, coal are the raw materials used in the manufacture of acrylic. Mainly limestone, which contains calcium carbonate, coal contains carbon. We are preparing the acrylic from coal, means it is a synthetic fiber. Compulsory it is a synthetic fiber. Now come to the method of spinning method. Here only the difference will be there when compared to the remaining methods, and this is normal procedure is as usual, regular procedure only. Difference is there in the case of spinning. There are two types of the spinning is there. The first one is dry spinning. The second one is wet spinning. Dry means it should be there no water. Wet means water must and should be. Remember that. The polymers of the above raw materials are extruded in warm water. Means they are bleached in the warm water and then undergo the process of polymerization. Such method is called dry spinning. So in the dry spinning process, what the thing is happening? The polymers are mixed with the water and then again they are dried, so that process is called dry spinning. In the case of wet spinning, wet means it must and should be some moisture. This moisture is not because of water, this is because of sodium hydroxide. This means the polymers are mixed with sodium hydroxide and then undergo the process of bleaching. We are going to get artificial threads. Those artificial threads are nothing but acrylic. So finally we can say that the two methods are, whether it is a dry spinning or otherwise a wet spinning, are used to produce acrylic depending upon the availability of the raw materials. Generally in India, southern states, you already know what are the southern states like Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Karnataka, Goa, Maharashtra. These are all the states generally are following the method of wet spinning. The northern states are using the method of dry spinning. This is only the largest difference between the dry spinning and as well as wet spinning. Let us discuss some of the topics in some other videos. Thank you.